Good day, guys, and welcome to today's class. Today, we are going to be talking about how to use our control block, and we are going to be talking more about our loops block. So let's get into it. Remember, we use our loops block to change the physical appearance of our sprite. So remember, physical appearance means how you look. You can use it to change our costume. Remember, I gave you the example of costume being your school uniform. When you're in school, your school uniform is part of your costume, your school costume. Your bag, your school lunchbox, your shoes, they are all part of your school costume. So today we'll be learning how to use our loops blocks to switch between different costumes, and we're also going to be learning how to use our control block, just like the name says. We're going to be using it to control our project. So let's quickly get into that. So first off, we delete the cards. Then we pick a new sprite. So for today, we are going to be using a bear. And so let's check. You can search or go to animals. So let's go to animals and you see bear. So don't select bear, you select bear walking. So there is one cool thing on Scratch where you can actually see the different types of costume a particular sprite has. As you can see here, when I over means when you drag your mouse over something without clicking it. That's what I mean by over. So when I over on this, you see that it's showing this bat flapping its wings. So these are the different type of costumes this bat has. As you can see, this bear, if we have this regular bear, it's only going to be standing, but we actually want our bear to move. You see this bear walking, it seems like this bear is moving, so we can add this. So let's add that. And you notice nothing is happening, right? When we click on the green flag, our bear is not moving. Our bear is not moving, right? Nothing is happening. We move it around. It's not actually looking like the way it was when we added it from our sprite. So why that was added is just to show you the type of costumes, the type of different costumes it has. So before we get more into the custom part, let's add a backdrop. So our bears, let's check outdoors. Bears are usually outdoors. So let's see. Outdoors, I think we should add forest. Or yeah, let's add forest. Or where do you think bears stay in? I think they stay around the waters and rocks. Let's see. Okay, doesn't look too good. Let's add the forest, because I feel like this forest is going to look better. Let's see. Yeah, it definitely looks better. So let's leave this bear here. We are going to use our first backdrop. So now I want to make this bear move, just like we learned in the last class where we worked on the underwater project. Animals in an aquarium moving, swimming around to the left and right. So we are adding the same codes to our bear. Remember, we start our project with when green flag is clicked, so that anytime we click on this green flag, that's what we are saying. We are saying when green flag is clicked. So anytime I click on the green flag, what do you want to happen? We haven't added anything. So that's why anytime I click on the green flag, nothing is happening. So you are saying when green flag is clicked. Now, what do we want to happen when we click on this green flag? So first off, we want this bear to move 10 steps. So let's see. Our bear is moving. But also, if you notice something, it's not moving the way it was moving back when I was hovering on it, when I was trying to pick the sprite. So let me show you that again. If you notice, our bear walking is not moving the same way. It's just moving around like a regular. So it doesn't look too cool. It's just moving this way. So what you can actually do is, I think we should just complete the codes before we get there. Let's add the codes from the last class. So move 10 steps. Taught you how to use your if on edge bounce so that when it gets to the edge, it's going to bounce. And okay, so anytime we click on the green flag, you see the bear moves, right? So, but we want this to move on. We want the bear to continue moving, not just moving every time we click on the green flag. You don't want to be clicking on the green flag a lot of times. So we had our forever, just like I taught you in class. in our last class. So you add your forever. So you're not adding your forever under because you want it to move 10 steps forever. So you are going to add it and put the move 10 steps inside the forever. So when we click on the green flag, the pair is moving continuously. So we go back to motion to add our code to make it stop moving out of the screen by coming back when it gets to the edge. If on edge bounce, just like I taught you in class. So anytime it gets to the edge, it bounces. But we have a problem, and that's it turns upside down. So we have our set rotation style to fix that. So our bear is moving, but there is a problem, which is it doesn't look like what I showed you at the beginning. If you check here, bear walking, you see that it's moving differently. It's moving as if it's actually walking, while this one is just gliding. It's kind of like it's just sliding in the forest, not walking. So to fix that and to make that work, there is a block here, costume. So remember, costume is what I told you about, where you have different costume is what you are putting on. So if we click on costumes, see that we have a lot of costumes on here. We have this, we have this. So this is a different type of costume, this bear working art. So it has different costume that make it feel like it's actually working. So you see that it's moving from this to this to this. So let's go back. Now when you are here, be careful to pick back that your former costume. That's the first one you started with. So it's not confusing, because if you click on another costume, it's going to appear like that forever until you go back and change it. Or maybe you add a change costume. So let's go to our loops block. This is where we can change costume. So we can switch costume to a particular costume. So remember, if you check here, we have costume A, B, C, bear work C, D, E, F, etc. So when we check here, you see that we can change it to a particular one. Is it A, is it B, is it? So let's keep A. Let's keep A. But this is the code we actually need. This block, next costume. We want it to move to the next costume. So when we click on this next costume, you see that it's moving to the next costume. But we don't want to click it all the time. If we add it inside our forever, is also going to switch costume continuously. So as you can see here on my screen, Abia actually looks like it's walking. Can you see? Abia looks like it's actually walking, which is very cool. So you can change your move 10 steps to move 20 steps. So it looks like it's faster. Can reduce it to a lower number to make it walk slower. Let's say move 8 steps. Now I'll move 7 steps. Yeah, so that's how if you say 0, it's not going to move. If you say 1, it's going to move very slow. So let's just use 20. Yeah. So you can actually pick any number and you see that your bear is walking. So thank you for your time, guys.